So when you look down at that point down there,
John from Sammamish, our friend Robert.
like places like this, I'll go to these little small channels and things and right on the edge sometimes start. Like work them in gently and lift over.
Oh wow.
So there's a manila clam and a varnish clam. These are both edible. They look like, this one looks too small. This one is borderline. Let's see if it passes muster here. Yeah, so it's just barely big enough. So that's a keeper. In beaches that have manila clams, good populations of manillas, I target these. There's more meat in them, they close tighter, so you don't have as much sand and silt in here when you go to cook them. So this is the manila clam here that we're looking for. The one on top is what we're targeting. And this is the varnish clam. These are all just a little bit too small. But there's a lot of them. See those? They're not very deep. There's one right there. Still too small. So I got lucky on that first one. But you know, these are all just a little small. So I'd probably just fill it in and jump over somewhere else. It could have been that someone harvested this very heavily last year, you know, and took all the big ones. And sometimes going right over there makes all the difference.
Okay.
You found one?
Yes.
Nice. Oyster or clam?
Oh, it was a clam. Yeah. You're not finding anything?
I just got so excited over a rock.
Have you found any?
No, barely.
And all these other little shells. Ooh, man. Oh man, it's broken.
Darn!
It was like, oh, I can just see that great clam in there. Oh, little guys, we'll put them back to grow. Keep growing.
Oh, got it. Where's your bag there, bub? Oh, here?
Nice.
Mine are all like a hair. See, like these, I found a million of these, but too small. These are big enough, but I was going for the manila ones, not the varnish. It's the second biggest varnish one I found. But that's okay.
Yeah.
He's got a couple. I found a couple of varnish clams that are big enough, but not the manila ones.
I find it easy to, like if I'll start somewhere
Yeah.
here, and then kind of work.
Yeah.
I might do a row, you know,
Yeah.
and then kind of work into that area.
Yeah.
That makes sense because then you're kind of filling in where you were as you go.
Make sure you bring this stuff back and fill in.
Oh, didn't you find an oyster? Do you want to show?
Oh, great.
That's a good one.
Yeah, has a rock on it. Pretty cool.
Again, if you're not getting into them, just try another spot. Maybe go over by the edge of the water. A big part of what we're doing here is just helping people remember how we are connected to the landscape and our food. Whether it's hunting elk on the Rocky Mountain front or hunting clam bed out on the tide flats, there's something primal about that experience that kind of brings us back to being human. And then we're going to save some time to get out and get after the oysters. And as you see oysters out here walking along, you can pick them up and put them in your bucket. But just over here, that's all oyster bed out there.
Wow.
Like right here is a nice little shooter. That's perfect size. So if you see these along the way, you're welcome to throw them in your bucket, and then we get over there and we'll show you how to shuck them.
there's
Maybe a little small.
that one might be that one's probably too small. That one looks okay.
Do you measure them sideways or lengthwise?
The longest length. So there's a good
Okay,
one
so
there.
that one's good. Oh,
Those
wow.
two are good. That's
You're
too
fast.
small.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe go. There's another good one there.
Whoa. Jackpot.
There's a different type. There's that
So
one.
is there anything about this that you knew to dig here?
No,
No,
I mean
just luck.
We're in the right zone, and we're seeing a lot of dead shells. So there's
Yeah.
obviously been some here. But as I was working my way up here, I started hitting some more, and so maybe just
Go
getting
this
a little
way.
closer to this edge.
I'll rinse these and put them in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet, sweet.
and I would just keep working.
You finding any?
I probably have gotten maybe 15 or so by now.
Nice.
I'm feeling pretty good.
25 to go.
Exactly. Yep, it works.
John, I have some of yours. Do you want them back?
I saw them. I was getting really excited, but it ended up being a bunch of rocks.
Any luck?
Oh yeah, I got about 20. I think she's.
Is that still in Manila?
It is, but it's. Ooh.
It's a mud.
The mud clams.
Don't eat those ones.
A little chewy.
See.
Sorry, what were you saying about these? Because I found some that were like pretty big, but we don't want these, right?
Those are varnished clams, and they are edible, but they're not quite as you don't form as tight a seal as the manillas, so
that's
they
what
can
you
be a
said.
little muddy and sandy.
Yeah.
Plus,
okay.
they can accumulate biotoxins more. There's a good one. Couple of good ones in there. Probably good. Yeah. So that's how deep they are. It's about 1.5 inches down. That's where they're naturally sitting right there, and
Yeah.
they'll stick their neck up. Some of these holes are probably from the necks of these clams. They'll stick their neck up and filter feed when the tide's in. And they'll pull their neck back down. So they slowly can dig down, but not very deep. It's pretty rocky. But they won't go much deeper than that because their necks aren't.
Can I ask you to take my picture? Gotta send one to my mom. At least 3.
And they might actually all be bigger than 3 inches.
Hi, friend. Hi. Hey, puppy.
Boozy, which ones aren't, what the sauces are.
Important information.
Welcome to the raw bar. Sarah and I shucked. I think she shucked way more than I did, truthfully. Good job.
Beast.
And we put some sauces together for you. So the first 2 rows are obviously the mignonette, which is here. Then the next row here, I did some ponzu, which is a Japanese sauce made from mead wine. It's a sweet wine. So that's the ponzu line, and then there's just the classic, lemon juice. So some fresh squeezed lemon.
The ponzu, which tell me how that is. I
will.
think yours is, thank you.
Bruce will give you a lesson on shucking. Go ahead, take a bite, and I'll see you up at the lot. As well, Pippas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
If the flat shell is on top, the lower shell should stick out further than the top one. And there's a little slot right there, moving up and down and left and right. I'm not gonna twist it yet. Takes a little bit of force. So right, you can feel it going in, and at this point I can twist the knife and it'll pop. Anyway, that now has popped the shell. And I got to get that muscle off, so I'm going to get in here and I scrape up on the top of the shell. Just work my knife along the top there. So did a pretty good job. There's a little bit of membrane left, but most of the muscle came off, which is what we want, and it's right there. That's the muscle. And then here, I want to be careful not to just kind of jab at it or scrape it off. I want to carefully come in here like this, whatever is comfortable for you, and scrape that muscle off so it's nice and clean and removed from that shell. It's a loose oyster. At this point, I could put it in my container, take it home, and pan fry it
Okay, Rob and John,
or
look up
eat
a
it.
sec.
Oh, wait.
Come on.
Hey, I can't wait. What are you talking about wait?
Got it.
Thank you.
Loose,
Oh, right.
See?
It's not our first rodeo.
Wow.
Anybody heads back early, make sure you
There.
head
Sweet.
over to the river and then
Yeah, our first one.
straight up here.
I'm sorry with the small ones. You got this. I have a complete cup.
We're starting with some miso soup and some Japanese steamed clams. Just the Japanese steamed clams have ginger, a little red pepper. They're not too spicy. They're steamed in sake and mead wine. And then it's a classic miso soup. And we made a dashi while we were out at the beach from this morning, just a cold style brew. The steamed clams, I like them just kind of by themselves and have the miso soup over here. You can throw them into the miso soup. It's going to give it a nice kind of, add a little smoky-ish flavor because I steamed them with smoked salt as well. So, yeah. That'll be the first course. The next course will be, I can probably tell you about what the plan vaguely is. We're going to have some smoked oysters, some fried polenta, a few pan fried oysters after this, and then a salad with a garlic vinaigrette. It's an arugula and spinach salad. And then we're going to have some clam linguine, have a little bit of smoked salmon. I might do a smoked salmon pasta. The salmon that I caught up north on my boat.
Oh wait, that's yours.
So it's wild
I was wondering
caught.
why there was
It's
two of
not
them.
farmed. It's not even hatchery. We'll have some of that, and why don't we just get started here so you can get something in your belly. I know it's getting kind of late. You want to get moving with food. So the steamed clams, I like them just kind of by themselves and have the miso.